things that I found out about the SNES / weird things that I found out about the SNES through experimentation. Super Mario World. Super Mario World is one of those classic games that no one ever could forget. It it has stood the test of time as one of the best games ever made, possibly. And it's one of the best Super Nintendo games ever made as well. What is so strange about this game? Well, if you actually stand at the ghost house that's right after the second secret area / the green switch area, um, you actually, if you stand there for 7 hours straight, or about 7 hours straight, the SNES will crash anytime. And then once it crashes, when you wait even longer, the crash just gets worse, and the Super Nintendo starts to glitch out. You're welcome. I have no idea why this glitch happens. I just discovered it one day while I was helping my dad, and I had left the SNES on for over 7 hours. Just sitting there, not touching the controller. Number 2, Mario is missing. A weird thing about Mario is missing is if you put in certain passwords on the password screen, you can see some weird things. Like an unused screen that says, "This is not a password," with a Luigi in the background. Another thing that I found weird about the SNES is if you play Championship Pool, sometimes the game will just decide that you didn't hit the ball. And in Tom and Jerry, one of the worst SNES games ever, if you decide to just give up, it just takes you back to the title screen instead of letting you continue the level. And from there on, if you try this a couple times, it'll give you a game over. With 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Another weird thing that I found out about the SNES is that if you actually actively try and cheat in some games, the game will punish you by not letting you do certain actions when it realizes that you're trying to cheat to do that action. Like in Super Tennis here, if you try and do auto fire sometimes if you try to do auto fire, the game will say, "No, you didn't hit the ball," to punish its players. Another weird thing that I found about the SNES is that when you play Super FX Race, sometimes it just makes you dizzy. I don't really know what else to say. Another weird thing about Mario is missing is just how many versions there are and how confusing it can be. What's really weird is they didn't manage to think of trying to put a version of Mario Teaches Typing on the SNES when it has a mouse, and they could have made a special keyboard for that game. I mean, they did it with the GameCube.